Never stop dreaming.
Come out of a massive injury, and basically I won my pro card in the WBFF, became a pro fitness model, and that was a great feeling, man. All that hard work and discipline of training, dieting, doing all of that paid off. It was an amazing feeling. That was October 2016. And then I decided, okay, well, I'm going to see what comes up the following year. If I'm going to continue competing or play, or see if I can get back on the rugby field. I wasn't yet ready to go back onto the rugby field as much as I got my body back into condition like I was before. My leg got built up again. So I put some good muscle back in my legs because I lost a lot of muscle from that injury, from the infection and that. I mean, my quad was like 3 fingers big. Considering I had massive rugby player legs, my legs just shrunk, man, afterwards. So yeah, 2017 came along and I went to compete in Los Angeles in LA. My first pro show. I think I just placed just above top 10. So I was okay with that, but I was like, look, I need to get the feeling of being a pro now, stepping out of stage on another level. It's a different level compared to amateurs. Yeah. I did the LA show in 2017. In that year, I got the opportunity to also, my CEO of my company, I was working for Fit Life as a personal trainer and senior manager for the personal training company. He decided to go back to the UK. So the investor said, would you like to take over the company and take over the trade license? Sorry, bro. Give me a second. Hey, place them.
I'm definitely not editing that out.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, bro. So 2017, I got the opportunity to actually take over Fit Life DXB, which is the company I currently run, and I couldn't say no to that opportunity. I mean, it was something where I've always dreamt of having my own company in fitness and all that, and actually building a personal training company. And yeah, so for the last 2.5 years, I've been running Fit Life DXB, which is my own personal training company. I had a few trainers on board working for me as PTs, but now I've gone more kind of solely individually. I've got my own brand, Justen Pelser Fitness, which is more my online coaching. I do online, and now obviously with this pandemic, we are doing Zoom calls and personal training on video, which is amazing. You can do that with technology nowadays.
Yeah.
And I've still got my face-to-face clients that I'll see. Obviously, once this isolation, this lockdown is done, we'll be able to get back into the gyms and see clients face-to-face. Yeah, so that was 2017 going into 2020. That's what I've been doing currently. I did compete again in 2017. I did compete in Los Angeles. After that, I didn't compete for the rest of the year. Kept my condition. I wanted to get back on the rugby field, but I knew I wasn't yet ready. Mainly in that I had to do one thing at a time. As much as I wanted to play rugby again. But I got offered the opportunity to go over to Las Vegas in 2018 in August to compete at the World Championships in the WBFF, which was amazing, man. Always wanted to go to Vegas, even though I was going there to compete. I wasn't going there to gamble or have a good time completely. But I competed in the World Championships. I placed, I think, top 10 in the world, which is an amazing feeling. And that was a privilege to be standing against the best fitness bodies you can see in the world, man. I'm talking about guys from around the globe.
Yeah.
Great feeling. That was in 2018 in August. And then in October, I went back to Australia because they actually had their first pro fitness show. Because usually they had amateur shows and you can win your pro card. But now they actually had an amateur and pro league together. So that was great. Competed in their first one, placed 4th in that one, which was, I mean, amazing. And yeah, last year, 2019, I decided, okay, here's a year I want to take off completely from competing and that, and just kind of focus on business, focus on my personal growth, my relationship with God, get closer to Him, because He's the one that's carried me through all these obstacles and in life, blessed me with the success and the opportunities I have to today. So it took off 2019, going to 2020. The beginning of the year started a bit rough for me. Obviously lost my best friend, my mom. She passed away, unfortunately, in January with a lung disease out here in Dubai. She was actually visiting and seeing my mom. My sister just had a baby 8 months ago, so she looked after my niece. And, and that was a big thing, man. I mean, my mom was my best friend, and I shared everything with her. She was the one who brought me up being so close to God and so sporty and pushing me to follow my dreams and giving me every opportunity that I could have asked for. And man, that kind of crushed me into many ways. But I had to think to myself, she's in a better place at the moment, and she was suffering a little bit with what she was going through. She had a little mental health issues, etc. But I wasn't going to let it pull me down. I mean, I can only live on her legacy now. I'm proud to have had such an amazing mom who influenced many people around the world, and herself and her friends and her family. So we had a beautiful memorial for her in end of January this year. So that was we went back to South Africa for that. Then from then on, man, I had to just focus on, okay, what next? What's 2020 gonna bring? So I decided. I'm going backwards a bit now. Decided 2019, last year in September, that I'll step back onto the rugby field for the first time in 5 years, right? So I haven't played rugby for 5 years, and I wanted to always, because my love for rugby has always been so big, and a passion for mine. I mean, I've got it in my blood. I mean, Gavin Johnson, who a lot of people remember from 1995 World Cup, he's part of my family. He was called Magic Johnson. He played fullback for the Springboks, won the 1995 World Cup. Throughout primary school, we didn't have rugby in my schools because I was in English school. So I was only able to play rugby from the age of 14. So being able to be sporty like I was and play cricket, I played cricket, I played field hockey, I was a swimmer. I was able to just get the hang of it and literally be good at rugby just naturally, because I always wanted to play the game. I was playing it on PlayStation every single day back in primary school, playing during break times. And then through high school, man, I was blessed to be to get 2 scholarships for sports, and one of them was for rugby towards Marinsky, where I went to Marinsky High School, and that gave me opportunity. Also, I think I played Craven Week under 16, but under 18 I didn't even make Craven Week. But then yet I got a professional contract to play in England. So it just shows you, man, sometimes the opportunities, you don't understand why certain things happen to you in life, but then God offers you even bigger opportunities. So it's important to to not allow things to pull you down in life, but to just have hope and faith and belief that what God starts, He'll finish, and that He makes the impossible possible.
No, definitely, man. And I think hearing your story as well, I mean, this past 9 years, a lot of things have definitely happened. But yeah, man, I just really want to honor you for everything that you have faced, and you've just stuck in there, and you just kept your faith, and you just knew that things would turn out for the better. And yeah, man, I just want to my condolences for your entire family and for yourself as well regarding your mother. And I know as well she's definitely in a great place right now, man. And yeah, just listening to your story as well, it's just when you hear adversity, everyone is facing adversity. And when you look at, just for example, during this interview, we've had plenty of interruptions with internet or something like that. And the thing is, I want to encourage people that the circumstances might not be perfect, but it's not an excuse to say, well, I cannot do it, because anything is possible. You just have to put your mindset into it and say, it doesn't matter what comes along the way, you can still do it. And the content doesn't have to be perfect, or the quality doesn't have to always be perfect, but things always fall in place as you go on with time. You just have to take that step of faith and to actually start. And yeah, man, I think the most important thing as well is, by starting, you need to complete every single task that you put your mind into as well. And man, I can just hear that from you as well. Going into bodybuilding as well, it's something you put your mind into, and you complete it. And earlier when you said you knew you're going to play professional rugby, and that's just the kind of mindset that I also know that you've always had. When you put your mind to something, you make it happen. And that's the power of what the mind actually has, is that when you set a goal and you commit yourself to it, and you set daily actions that will help you to complete that goal, it will always happen. I mean, history has showed it over and over and over again. And it's clearly possible that anyone can achieve their dreams when they put their mind and when they put goals to it. And I think the most important thing as well is looking at people who have achieved it before, because if you're just stuck in your own space, you're going to feel it's impossible to do it. You're going to feel you're not good enough or anything like that. And that's why I like testimonies, and hearing your story as well is really phenomenal. And just, I know there's going to be thousands of people who are going to relate to your story, and that's going to give them hope to say, you know what, I can do it as well. Doesn't matter what my circumstances is or anything like that. But I just want to find out a bit, during phases of adversity, like what was the thing that kept your faith? What was that thing stirring up inside you to say, you know what, I'm going to make this. This is just a short season. And when you got the fruits of actually achieving what you wanted to achieve, how did that feel when you reflect back on the things that you had to face, where you had to get where you are now?
Sorry, yeah, it broke up a little bit there, but I'll try understand what you asked. So repeat the question one more time.
Okay.
What was it?
So during your adversities, what was the thing that kept your faith the most? And when you got there at that point of stage where you saw, okay, well, I achieved that, the fruit is there. How did you reflect on the things previously when you actually got there? Can you hear me, bro?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, bro. As soon as you spoke, it like went through half thing. It broke up a bit. Man, they're trying to challenge us. Go ahead one more time. Go ahead one more time.
Okay, cool. No worries.
What is the thing? Yeah.
Okay, so whilst you were facing adversities, what was the thing that kept your faith? That you said, you know what, I'm going to make this. I'm going to push through. And when you achieved that goal, and you saw, well, geez, I made this. I won this competition. I'm now a pro. I've won the pro card. When you reflect back on the things that you had to face, how did that inspire you to be even better than what you are right now?
Man, it's you know, I always believe that your mindset means everything. You know, you got to have foundations in your life, and obviously we have foundations. If God is your foundation in life, there's number one priority. Then the rest can fall into place. I do believe in a good structure and support team, because if you're trying to achieve something as an individual, you still need to know that, okay, God's got my back no matter what. But then you need your family, some friends, etc. And I'm a big believer with all this stuff. When I'm talking about mindset, is that I could have 1,000 friends or 10,000 friends or whatever it may be, but I'd rather choose to have 5 friends that are there for me to support me in anything I want to achieve in life and motivate me when I feel down or like discouraged, because that's important, because that allows your mindset to be able to be positive and see the bright side in every negative situation. You know, my mom always told me, it's not what happens to us, it's how we handle it. And I always remember that saying, because in life, you know, sometimes we can't understand why things happen, but everything happens for a reason. So I always think of that for myself in a situation, and when I've gone through tough times, etc., and I've just stuck to it and kept my mind focused. You know, I believe in my 3Ds, my discipline, my dedication, and my determination, because those 3 things, if you have that aligned in your mind, nothing can stop you, because only you are in control of your choices and your mindset. So when I was feeling down, like, I mean, obviously I turned to God and I said to God, you know what, God, you see what I'm going through, and I know that you're the provider, and you'll push me through, and you'll give me the strength to get through whatever tough difficulties or obstacles I'm facing. And literally, I just turn to God and pray about it every single day. I mean, I'm living in a Muslim country, which I respect the fact that it's a Muslim country, but I still take the individual, I will still make the individual choice that it's up to me to keep my relationship with God, because I'm a Christian and I'm a believer, and that's what matters. So whatever I do around me, people will see God's light through me, and that's how I project it for everyone. I mean, I want everyone to become better versions of themselves, not just physically, but mentally. So even though I'm a personal coach, I want the rest of the world to know that anything is possible if you put your mind to it, like you said, and then no matter what holds you back, you know, you can get through certain stages. We sometimes, as human beings, we become a bit impatient and we start questioning things, and but we got to get back to basics and understand that if one thing doesn't work out, that's okay. You can only handle what you can handle. Sometimes, like in this pandemic, if it's not in our hands and it's not something that we can make a difference, change right now with the situation, then we've got to let it go, and we've got to let God obviously oversee the situation. He's the creator of the universe and the world, so he will make sure that everyone is looked after, that's you know, in his kingdom, etc., and that he'll heal the sick, and he'll resurrect the dead, and bring health and wealth to the world again.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I've been reading lately quite a lot as well, and one of the things that I've read is that it says you can't like the circumstances that happen, that's something that you can't change, but you can change the way how you react to it. So I want to encourage every single viewer, doesn't matter in which situation you are, control your thoughts, pull your thoughts together in your mind, and make sure that it's in line with God, and you will always turn things out to the better. So yeah, Justin, now we're also coming to the end of this episode as well. And man, I just want you, especially in this time where, especially in South Africa, a lot of people are full of fear. They have a lot of panic. They're unaware of what's really happening, unsure how their future is going to look like. I mean, them announcing is going to be junk status and this status and all these kind of things. But yeah, man, just in this point of lockdown with COVID-19 also out there, what would your message be to the people? Just like a motivation, and for the guys as well, for life after rugby, just to give them like a short nugget. What would you have done if you had the advice that you have now? If you could tell the 16-year-old Justin a few tips, what would that be? And yeah, man, you can go ahead.
Okay, let me quickly start with something that I read yesterday that I actually put on my social media as well. I said, if you don't come out of this quarantine with a new skill, your side hustle started, more knowledge, or a closer relationship with God, you've never lacked time, but you've lacked discipline. So I'm a believer that I think in this type of situation, we've got to realize that we're all in this together. You know, there's not some people that are suffering or battling or feeling you know, frustrated or losing jobs, etc. A lot of people are around the world, and as human beings, we need to just unite and come together and support each other. So, you know, I would say the best advice I could give you is make sure you look after your health, look after your fitness. I mean, look after your relationship with God and your family members. Make sure you cherishing your family, your friends that are close to you. Whether you can't, give them a call or give them a message, or buy a mate a dinner, you know, over Deliveroo, or like one of these food delivery services where you can actually just encourage them and just motivate them by just saying, listen, I'm here for you. Physically, maybe I can't be there, but mentally and emotionally and in prayer, we're here for each other. And I think just to look at the positives and the good things that have happened in this whole crisis. This is giving people opportunity to reset, to calm down from a rush life, and to kind of recap and look at their life in perspective and say, okay, listen, what do I want to do going forward now? Because now I've got this time to sit down for a few moments. No one's telling me I need to go to the office or get working or study or anything like that, and actually just figure out, okay, what means the most to me? What do I want to? What life do I want out of this whole situation as well? Because it gives people opportunity to reset. When I say that, it gives people the opportunity to identify and actually find out, you know, what makes him happy, what makes him, you know, angry, what makes him sad, etc. like that, so that you can get kind of, your mental health is going to be the most important thing I can say you got to look after right now. First, number one, let's say your relationship with God needs to be on par. Number two, mental health. You need to make sure you keep your mental state healthy, your physical health as well, because physically, if you train or you keep fit and you do as much as you can, you know, mentally you're going to feel better about yourself in the situation. And then overall, just make sure that, you know, your positivity and your mindset is always in gear every day. You wake up grateful, show gratitude. So there's 3 things every day you want to remind yourself you're grateful for. And again, like you said, your thoughts become things. So I'm going to say, when you think certain things, you allow certain things into your mind, you become like that. So the people you surround yourself with, the things you watch, the things you listen to, the words you say, words have power, confession. So those are the type of things I want to make sure the younger people understand, that these things you've seen on social media and all these, don't allow certain things to overtake your mind and your heart, and make sure that you protect yourself from these things, and just keep believing in yourself, and you always turn to God in every situation, and make sure that He's your number one priority in your life, and the rest will fall into place.
No, awesome. Thanks a lot, Justin. I really appreciate it. And man, I just really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you running on the field again. I hope to see some more rugby pictures and some scoring sick tries and just running over the people.
We've finished this off. We actually won the league right now. We were in the final, but because of the virus now, they had to stop the league. So we had one game left, which was the final. And because of our points difference, we won the season. So tomorrow we're going to go on a Zoom call. I'll send you a picture as well with our whole team on Zoom, and we're going to be celebrating. So we might have a trophy. You might be on Zoom, but I'll Yeah, man, we're so happy.
Congratulations.
We won the UAE Premiership this season. So
Yeah. No, that's
yeah, man.
awesome,
So
man.
it's a great comeback for me. First time back on the field in 5 years, and we win the Premiership, which is amazing.
This man only knows
So
how
thanks
to
for your
win.
time, and thank you for
Yeah.
exactly. You got to think. If you think like a winner, you become a winner, man.
No, definitely, man. And yeah, I just want to encourage the viewers as well. Go follow Justin on social media. Have a look at his fitness pages and everything that he does, and reach out to him as well. Maybe he can be one of your coaches. Follow everything that he does, and just find out more how he can help you and motivate you as well. So, yeah, man, Justin, thank you very much.